DreAllDay.com. You're now tuned into the show where you learn the discipline to show up day after day to do the work, the confidence to put yourself out there boldly and authentically, and the mental toughness to continue showing up, doing the work, putting yourself out there even when the success you've expected to achieve has yet to be achieved. And on top of all this, you get a huge dose of personal initiative. That is the go-getter energy that moves any one of us, including yourself, to go and make things happen instead of waiting for things to happen. And then we put all this together into a series of frameworks, approaches, insights, strategies, and techniques all underneath the umbrella of one unifying philosophy that is called Work on Your Game. My name is Dre Baldwin, also known as Dre All Day, and welcome to the show. And today's topic is why you need to get mad, angry about your situation. Now, before we get into this, I remind you all two things. First of all, text message number is down below in the description to this episode. Once we reactivate, I'll be talking about that a whole lot more. And secondly, Work on Your Game University. That is activated. I'm talking about it a whole lot right now. That is the place where you get to work with me directly. That's the place where you can have me as your personal coach. That's the place where you get access to all of our trainings and all of our courses that go deeper into any subject that you ever heard me talk about here on this show, on this feed, and where you have direct access to me to ask me questions, get answers to your challenges, needs, and help you reach your goals and strategize and systematize how you want to make it happen. All of that happens at workonyourgameuniversity.com. That link is also down below in the description to where you're listening to this. For those of you who are listening to this on or watching this on YouTube, I misplaced the adapter for the microphone that goes into this camera, those of you who are watching. So if it sounds a little bit airy, not as crisp as usual, it's simply because I lost the adapter to the mic. I don't know where it is. It's a small little piece, and without that piece, the mic doesn't work. I already ordered another one. It'll be here tomorrow. So anything I record today or tomorrow is going to sound just like this. Y'all can get over it. Y'all can get through it and over it by the time I get that piece. Then maybe it'll be a few episodes. But with that out the way, let's get into the topic here today, which again is why you need to get mad about your situation. Now, this episode is coming with an asterisk, not the episode, but the title comes with an asterisk. I'm only telling you to get mad about your situation if you happen to be unsatisfied with it. Now, if you're happy about your situation, then don't get mad. Just stay happy. But if you happen to be mad about any aspect of your current situation, I'm telling you to get mad about it, not just a little bit annoyed, but actually angry. And I'm going to explain to you why this matters. Now, I have a past episode where I explain why anger actually makes our performance levels go up. And I told you why you perform better when you're angry. That was episode number 678. And here today, I'm going to explain why you getting angry about any aspect of your situation with which you are not fully satisfied is actually a good idea. And you should not do what many mindset or mental health people will tell you, which is giving yourself the rationalization to make it seem like it's okay when you know indeed that the situation is not okay. Now, I'm suggesting that you go in the opposite direction and use anger when you can engage it. I'm going to explain here today how to use that anger and channel it into positive action that will actually help you alter the situation much more effectively and much more quickly than if you use any other energy in this situation. Everybody got it? Good. Point number one. Today's topic, once again, is why you need to get mad about your situation. Number one, anger narrows and sharpens your focus. This is the most valuable aspect of anger, is that it focuses us. When we get angry, if you ever see a person who's angry and you can look in their faces, you will notice their pupils have constricted. And constricted means they get smaller. And when your pupils constrict, what that means is you are taking in less of your surrounding environment. When your pupils are dilated, that means you're seeing like everything that's happening around you. Pupils dilate usually when people are really excited in a positive way. You could be excited in a negative way. If someone's feeling fear or surprise, the pupils dilate because we're trying to take in everything that we are seeing in front of us. And the eyes show that if you pay attention. When someone gets angry, however, the pupils go the opposite direction and they constrict, they narrow. And what happens then is that we are only focused on the thing that we are, wherever that focus is going, that's the only thing we see, and we don't see anything else around us, even if it's right next to the main thing that we're paying attention to. This is where the term tunnel vision comes from, because when your pupils constrict, your vision, your field of vision literally becomes a tunnel where you are only seeing straight towards the thing that you are locked in on. That's what anger does. And it narrows, as I just explained, metaphorically and literally, our focus. And when we narrow and sharpen our focus, you know what happens? We tend to get better results from the thing that we are doing. So that's a good idea. All right, most of you, your biggest challenge, especially those of you who are seeking productivity, whatever that means for you, and more effectiveness, and or you want to get more things done faster. These are kind of challenges I hear from people all the time. You probably just need to get sharper in your focus so that you stop getting distracted by all the other things that are tangential to the thing that you should be paying attention to. You see, for many of you, it's not that you don't know what to pay attention to at all. You know what to pay attention to. The challenge is you keep getting distracted by everything else. This is usually what I hear from people. Like, I'm supposed to be doing this, but instead I did that, and then I did a little bit of the thing I'm supposed to be doing, and then a little bit the next day, and before you know it, a month or a week or a year has gone by, and you still haven't made proper progress. Not because you don't know what to do, but because you haven't put enough focus into actually doing it. This is why narrowing your focus will actually help your productivity go up without an increase in knowledge, information, or access, skill, resources, etc. None of those things. It's just you need to get more focused. So the key is here, now that we are clear on the value of the focus, what do you focus on? Because somebody can get angry and you can do destructive things with your anger. All right? Has any of you ever been destructively angry? All of us have probably been there in some points in our lives. Your job, once you do become angry, is to focus it on things that will be productive and help you advance and move forward. So you need to learn to channel this emotion of anger, because anger is an emotion. The good thing about emotions is that they have a lot of energy in them, and energy is 85% of the job in life. So being emotional is not a bad thing as long as you learn to channel and control and direct the energy from within the emotion. Now, if you're emotional and you can't control the energy, and the energy is directing you instead of you directing it, then being emotional is going to hurt you. This is especially important for males, because males, first of all, we have more capability for being physically destructive, and when we can't control our emotions, that's when we get crazy outcomes. Women can do crazy things too, but men tend to do more crazy things when we don't control our emotions than what women do when they don't control their emotions. Women tend to say crazy things, and men tend to actually do crazy things. Again, I'm generalizing here. Of course, men talk crazy too, and women can break shit as well, but you get my point. All right, men have much more capability for physically destructive violence when not in control of their own emotions. So, for example, you can channel your energy, whatever energy, such as anger, into going to the gym and getting a workout in, or going outside and running for 3 miles, or clearing all the emails out of your inbox, or on making all the follow-up sales calls that you haven't made for the last month because you've been having call hesitancy because the last couple of people you called hung up on you, or you missed your last 3 sales. Well, when you get angry, you probably approach those calls with a different energy than when you are fearful. Would you agree? Of course you would. And this is the reason why you should do it. This is the reason why you should channel angry energy, because it is very useful, because it's narrow, it's focused, and it's sharp, which are 3 things that usually will help any of us in any endeavor if we can bottle it up and use it properly. So this is all about having a proper mindsets and a proper subconscious programming in place before the anger hits, so that when you do get angry or sad or upset or frustrated or any other emotion, you can channel the energy from that emotion, because it always is an energy. There always is an energy that comes with it, and you can channel it into constructive rather than destructive behavior. That's the game that you want to get into. So the thing is just figuring out how to bottle up, narrow, and control it. Not narrow, but bottle up, direct, and control your anger. And again, in my Bulletproof Mindset program, which you get access to when you're a member of Work on Your Game University, I have an entire section in that program that's all about channeling and controlling your thoughts and mindsets and programming your subconscious mind such that when any energy encounters it, or you encounter any energy, you are already prepared to deal with it, use it, and direct it as you wish. And again, that's all in Work on Your Game University. The link, as I already told you, is below in the description. Point number 2, today's topic once again is why you need to get mad about your situation. Number 2, sharpened focus equals doing things that you already know that you should or need to be doing, but you have been too apathetic and doing too much procrastinating to actually take action on. This is why having a clear structure and having a clear vision or a clear plan for your future success matters so much, so that when the energy hits and when you have the right structures in place with which to use that energy, then you can get a whole lot done in a very short period of time. This is how you condense time frames or collapse time frames. You take the same thing that you were going to take 6 days to do, and you get the whole thing done in 3 days, not because you necessarily got that much better or smarter or got access to any new tools. It's just that you were able to channel your energy in a proper way such that you were able to shorten the curve, let's just say, from start to finish, which is what you want to be doing in every aspect of life, by the way. There are things that every person listening to me right now, you already know that you need to do or you would like to do and you also believe that the thing that you need to or would like to do would improve your situation if you did it. Challenge is you have not found yourself in the proper energy that has moved you to do the thing. So you know it would help you. You know you should do it, but you never are able to get yourself into the right energy to actually do it. Now, do you have anything that fits that description? I would guess everyone listening to this could answer yes if you thought about it for even 2 minutes. This, of course, can be solved with simple discipline. Not motivation, but discipline. Even some of you who are listening to this, some of you who are listening to this may have this discipline already. Many of you don't have it. You know that you could want it or need it. There's another one going even further. Yet all of you know what it feels like to be angry. All right, everybody here knows what it feels like to be angry. Not everybody knows what it feels like to be disciplined. I don't know a lot of people who are highly disciplined or highly structured in what they do, at least those who are self-managing. I know people who are pretty disciplined when you are being managed. I don't know a lot of people who are highly disciplined when they are self-managing. But everybody here knows what it feels like to be angry. The challenge is we can't always make ourselves angry at the snap of a finger, but you can be disciplined all the time as long as you have the right structure in place. So if and when, or let's just say the next time that you get angry, which may come along more often than your discipline is coming along for some of you, you need to know what are the things that you could do so that you can achieve the outcomes that you want to have achieved. This is the reason why you want to have a structure in place, a plan in place, a system in place. These are the things that I know I need to get done every day. Here are the things I need to get done this week. Here are the things I need to get done this month. So when you're in an energy and you need to figure out what to do with it rather than doing something constructive or wasteful, all you gotta do is refer to the system that you already have in place, the plans that you have already documented. Remember, folks, that focus is a force multiplier and anger contributes to focus. Anger usually creates a focus. The logical part of anger, the rational part of anger, is us already knowing what we want to focus on. So when the energy hits, we don't have to decide then, because in that moment, you probably aren't at your most mentally resourceful state anyway. Point number 3. Today's topic, once again, is why you need to get mad or angry about your situation. Number 3, apathy is the worst position you can be in. You see, it's not anger versus being happy, because happy is a positive energy, and we tend to get a little bit more energy from the negative than we do positive. Some people are wired that way. I am definitely wired that way. Some of you may be a little bit more in the opposite direction. Good thing is anger and happiness are both energies. They're both highly active energies. And energy, as I've already told you, is 85% of the job in life. So any emotion that has an energy in it is useful. The challenge is when you are in a state of something like I said, apathy. Apathy is a state of feeling pretty much nothing. You're not excited about anything. There's no energy for anything. You're kind of just in this blah stage where you're not activated in any way, shape, or form, mentally, physically, emotionally, or spiritually. The definition of apathy is lack of interest, enthusiasm, or concern. All right, this is what you don't want. This is the energy that you want to stay away from. It's not that being happy is bad. Being happy is useful. Again, energy there. Being mad is useful. Energy in there. Being apathetic, having no interest, enthusiasm, or concern about anything, that's where you don't want to be. All right, no aspect of your life do you want to be apathetic. Even if you're retired and on vacation, you still want to have some enthusiasm about the vacation. All right, even if that means just laying on the beach drinking mimosas. Even if your interests and concern are of a negative taint, that's better than feeling nothing at all. I'd rather you be mad than feel nothing. Because if you feel nothing, you're going to do nothing. And if you feel something, there's energy there. And in that emotion, you can find the resources, i.e. the energy, to take your action. Your job is transmuting energy from the emotion that you maybe don't want into an emotion that you do want, and or energy that you do want, and energy that you can use. This is what we call mental alchemy. It's basically alchemizing, is basically turning things from one state to another. It's basically doing chemistry is what you're going to be doing. Great performers, all great performers, have times and days and periods where they don't feel like doing their jobs, the thing that they're known for being a great performer at. And however glamorous that job may be, or it appears to be from the outside looking in, every great performer has days that they don't feel like doing the work. They may have a whole season or a whole quarter or a whole week where they don't feel like doing the work. But what high level performers are able to do is transmute any energy that they can find and use it to do their jobs in a consistent way. That's what makes them great. It's not that they just have some special trait that they show up and perform at a high level every day and everybody else can't. Everybody else can. It's just high level performers have done the work, whether they did it unconsciously and unknowingly or they've done it on purpose. Good thing about the world that we're in today is that more people like me with messages like what I'm sharing here today are out there, so that doing it on purpose becomes more accessible to everyone, even if this kind of thinking does not come to you naturally. So high level performers are able to transmute any energy they find and use it to do their job in a consistent way. And again, this is a mental discipline that becomes a physical discipline. And everything mental eventually becomes physical. Anything that you think about often enough, eventually there will be some action taken behind that thought. So you got to be very careful about what you're allowing into your mind, and also what you're programming in, what you're intentionally putting into your mind, in addition to what you're allowing into your mind. Which is why you made a wonderful decision to be tuning into a show like the Work on Your Game Masterclass on a daily basis. So congratulations to you. Let's recap today's class, which is why you need to get mad about your situation. Again, go listen back to episode number 678. You want to learn more about performing better when you are angry. And we talk here today, what we're talking here about today is transmuting. Let me find that. Is transmuting the energy from one situation in your life to another. And I'm looking to see if I may do another thing I'm thinking about here while I'm talking. I may do a whole episode on something else that I just mentioned, but I'll talk about that when it's time to talk about it. So let's recap these points. Number one, anger narrows and sharpens focus. All right, this is the best thing about anger when it's used properly, because it sharpens your focus, and we know that focus is a force multiplier that gets all of your resources aligned and going in the same direction, which allows you to get more done. Number two, sharpen focus means doing what you already know you should do, but you have been too apathetic to take action on. This is why having a clear structure and plans and a system for your success matters, because all you have to do is plug your energy into the system and it tells you exactly what to do, so you don't even have to think. Number three, apathy is the position you don't want to be in. Defined as a lack of interest, enthusiasm, or concern is when there's no energy, no feeling. As long as there's some energy or some feeling, whether it be energy, frustration, sadness, happiness, or anything in between, you can transmute that into something, but you cannot transmute nothing into something. All right, actually you kind of can, but you get my point. All right, you want to have some energy from somewhere, grab that energy and then go use it to do the thing that you want to do, rather than hoping that the energy disappears out of thin air, because energy cannot appear out of thin air, because energy is neither created nor destroyed. It merely changes forms and or it moves from one object to another. Your job is to grab the energy from wherever it comes, change it into the form that you want to use it for, and then go do your damn job. That's what you do. And you want some help on this. You want some processes for this. You want my direct coaching on how you can use this and how to channel it into your specific business. So we're talking both on the mental and emotional side and the logical, rational business side. Go to workonyourgameuniversity.com. Check our receipts, see who we're working with, see who we've already worked with, and then click the button on there so you can become the next person to come with us. That's workonyourgameuniversity.com. Work on your game. Dre, all